Since 2017, the Italian Wine Podcast has exploded, recently hitting 6 million listens. Support us by buying a copy of Italian Wine Unplugged 2.0 or making a small donation. In return, we'll give you the chance to nominate a guest and even win lunch with Stevie Kim and Professor Attilio Scienza. Find out more at italianwinepodcast.com. Chin chin!
Welcome to another episode of On the Road Edition, hosted by Stevie Kim. Each week, she travels to incredible wine destinations, interviewing some of the Italian wine scene's most interesting personalities, talking about wines, the foods, as well as the incredible travel destinations.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Italian Wine Podcast On the Road Edition. My name is Stevie Kim, and we are once again traveling in the vicinity of Verona. We're not very far. We're actually in a fairly new winery. It's called Costa Arènte, and we're in a town just above Grezzana, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah.
We're here today with our special guest, Giovanni Casati. He's the big cheese around here. He's the resident estate manager, but also the winemaker. And he oversees this new group, which is called
Le Tenute del Leone Alato.
Okay, let's repeat that. Le Tenute, which means estates.
Estates.
Right? And Leone Alato, like lion with flying wings.
Yeah, perfect.
Is that right?
Perfect.
What's going on? Why is it called Le Tenute Leone, not flying pigs, flying lions? Why is it called that?
Because the history is that our property is from General Insurance, that is from Venice.
Right.
And Leone Alato is the symbol of Venice.
Yeah, so I don't know if our audience is familiar, but Generali is it the biggest now?
Probably.
Probably, we don't know, but probably, if not the biggest, probably one of the biggest insurance companies in Italy. However, they also have interest in the agriculture overall and some, of course, wine business as well. So this is a new kind of, I suppose, holding. Is it correct to say that? And it's this Le Tenute Leone Alato. Okay, so there you go. This is the presentation. Giovanni, tell us a little bit about yourself. Giovanni, who you are, when you started working here, but generally, how long have you been in the wine business?
Thank you, Stevie.
You're welcome. Okay.
And you're welcome in Costa Arènte. About my history, I'm studied in agriculture. I'm an agronomist, an enologist. And I start my experience in the world of the wine in Tuscany with 13 years of experience through the Montepulciano, Montalcino, Maremma, and Chianti.
So you're Tuscan. Are you originally from Tuscany?
No. I'm from the Lake of Como.
Aha, okay.
I'm from North Italy, yeah.
Okay.
And my experience in Tuscany, in particular about the best red wines, like Montalcino and Maremma, and then in Chianti. And I start my new life, and really the new life here in Verona with this challenge, because Le Tenute del Leone Alato bought this estate in 2015.
So it's a new winery. Was there already an existing winery?
No, it's already exists. But we rebuild completely, in particular the hospitality and in particular the cellar. And we build, because we are speaking about, we're talking about Amarone, the new fruttaio. And we start our first production, entirely made in Costa Arènte in 2018.
Okay, so the first vintage was 2018?
We start our first vintage, it was 2016.
Okay.
But we vinified the wine in the other cellar because we are rebuilding. We employ 2 years to rebuild the new cellar.
Okay, so tell me why it's called Costa Arènte.
Costa Arènte, the Costa is a toponym, is the place. The Costa is in the middle of the hill through Grezzana village in the plain and the Romagnano village upstairs.
Yeah, so the Romagnano, for those of who are less familiar, is on the very top, right?
Yeah, on the
and
top.
Grazzana is the town in the bottom.
In the bottom,
And
yes.
this area is called Valpantena, right? So, which is part of Valpolicella. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Because I think most of our
In
audience, they've never heard of Valpantena. I'm really sorry to say.
the Valpantena is in the center of Valpolicella denomination. And in the Valpolicella Valley is the valley closer to Verona town. And in 15 minutes, we are in the arena parking. So it's a very short valley about viticulture. And it finishes here in Grazzana. It's 8 kilometers about vineyards. The particularity is that this valley is very close. There is a good ventilation all during all the day now too. And the soil is a calcareous clay, white. It means to have a very long vegetation about vineyards. It could be the perfect target to have the product, the grapes, with a good acidity and fruitiness.
So tell us a little bit in terms of the altitude, the microclimate.
Yeah.
Give me some numbers just so that we can orient ourselves in terms of the acreage and type of labels, how many wines. To give me a skinny, very skinny overview.
Okay. We have 40 hectares of estate and 17 hectares of vineyards. The system training is for 70% Pergola Veronese, the historic and typical system training. And we have the varieties typical for Verona, Corvina, Corvinone, Rondinella, and another native variety called Spigamonti. And Spigamonti. Yeah. The scientists found it in near Cavolo, in the other part of the valley. And we are at 200 meters of altitude, and the climate is very windy and dry and cold. Probably in the past, the grapes, the varieties, take not in the perfect harvest, but with climate change, the global warming, it's probably the new challenge, the new border of the denomination of Valpolicella. Because with the same alcohol and structure, it's possible to obtain the wine with elegance and fruitiness. We produce the classical products of Valpolicella, like Amarone, Amarone Riserva, Recioto, Ripasso, and Valpolicella Superiore. And the new one, the newborn, is Molinara. That is, in the past, it was the fourth variety in the Amarone blend. But thinking about sparkling wine, rosé, and Charmat method, long, 6 months on the lees.
So in total, how many labels?
In total, 6.
6 labels.
6 labels.
Okay. And I see 2 wines here. Are these would you say your signature wines? The 2 wines that we have here?
Here we have Valpolicella Superiore,
Okay.
2021 vintage, and our first Amarone 2018 vintage. The first one, because I repeat, is the first wine produced completely in this state, from the vineyards to bottle.
Okay. So let me just ask you a question here. I see, so Valpantena Superiore, but do you have like Valpolicella?
No. We produce only Valpolicella,
why is that? Can I
Valpantena
ask you
Superiore.
why you've done
Superiore because we have naturally the higher quality from the vineyards, from the production about the grapes, and the alcohol degrees is more high, and the quality too about tannin. So we unbottled 1 year later than Valpolicella basic one.
But that's the requirement, right? To be superiore.
Yes, we write on the label Valpantena because it is the only subzone in the Valpolicella denomination.
But Giovanni, I mean, don't you think it's kind of confusing in a way? Like you have Valpolicella, and then you have Valpantena.
Okay.
Do you think it's not confusing?
No, because for me, it's explain to consumer the particular area of Valpolicella.
Valpantena.
To speak about Valpantena and to write in the label to recognize more quality and another difference about the Valpolicella Classica or normal Valpolicella.
Okay, let's taste this Valpantena
Yeah.
Superiore.
Yes.
Not Valpantena. There's no Valpantena Basic. There's only Valpantena Superiore.
Superiore.
Okay, let's taste the wine.
Okay.
Okay. I love this color,
Yeah.
right? It seems like Pinot, right?
Perfect. Yeah.
All right, so tell me how this wine is made, what
okay.
goes in here.
The blend is 60% Corvina, 30% Corvinone, 10% Rondinella.
No Molinara.
No Molinara. No Molinara.
And that other native grape, no,
Yeah.
right?
I think that it's possible to understand the philosophy and the style about cellar in Valpolicella, starting to tasting the wine from the Valpolicella. Particularly, the first step is the color. You say it's a very good color because it's a very red ruby color, but not deep. It's possible when explain to the consumer, to the guest, how understand the Valpolicella style, that it's possible to view the finger through the glass because the color from the variety
Finger
from
through
Verona,
the glass?
Yeah.
So like you take the
It's
finger
possible
through...
to see
Yeah,
your
okay,
finger.
okay.
Because the variety typical of Verona have not color, only Rondinella. You say Corvina is like a Pinot Noir, is like a wild Pinot Noir.
It's spicy though.
Yeah, we make this wine, we start the fermentation in the steel tank, and one part in the amphoras, and the other part, little one, in new barric.
What is
Later,
the percentage?
30, 30, 30.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
So it's significant.
The vinification, when we
Okay.
start fermentation. But we age for 1 year in the amphoras and in bigger wood.
Okay.
Because we want to complex the color and the tannin, but take a respect for the fruit and for the flavor.
I love this wind blowing behind us. I feel like you're missing a hammock because then we can just, I could just stay here all day, right? Okay, so how many bottles do you produce of this?
Normally 30,000.
Okay, so it's not a big production. And where do you sell these wines? Mostly Italy or
No.
abroad?
In other countries that out of Europe normally.
Okay.
Yeah, but our channel is Horeca.
Okay, let's taste the other wine, which is, of course, Amarone.
Amarone, the first vintage, 2018. I'm very proud because it's my first son.
Yes. So 2018, Amarone della Valpolicella. Do you have just one type of Amarone?
Yeah, only one. And we produce the Reserva 2.
Okay. And this is the current release?
Yeah.
This is what it's available in the market. How many bottles?
Near 30,000.
It's like a common number, 30,000 Valpolicella, 30,000 Amarone.
This vintage was a very good vintage. It's the first Amarone produced completely in the Costa Arènte. The grapes dried in the new fruttaio. Is the blend of 60% Corvina, 30% Corvinone, and 10% Rondinella. No Molinara, because with Molinara we produce another kind of wine. And it aged for 2 years in the tonneau, 500 liters, and 1 year more in the bigger wood, and 1 year in the bottle. I think that the bottle is really important. I think about variety from Verona that are like Sangiovese or Nebbiolo. There are aristocratic varieties. They have in the genetic potentiality flavor about quality. Normally the people ask me when the Amarone is ready. My answer is Amarone is ready when it's ready. B must have patience because every vintage talking about an history. So we want to appreciate this history and we want to drink this wine when it's ready.
So let me ask you a cheeky question, okay? Blind tasting.
Blind tasting, yeah.
There are 10 Amarones.
Yeah.
How can you know that this is your Amarone from Costa Arènte?
The fruit,
Okay.
because fruitiness and elegance is like.
I hate when people say elegance.
Elegance.
Everybody
Okay,
says that, right?
when you taste, you can taste like a velvet. There is a good balance of acidity and
So
tannin.
the texture is velvety?
Yeah,
More
yeah.
velvety than other Amarones?
Yeah, because sometimes the Amarone could be aggressive in the mouth. It's not sweet because the sugar level is good balanced, but in particularity the quality is drinkability.
Okay.
Is 17.
In Italian, they say bevibilità. Come si dice?
Beva.
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 Okay.
It's a very good beva.
Yeah, because it's not facile beva.
No,
it's
no.
16.5% in alcohol.
Yeah.
It's not even midday yet. This is what we call the breakfast of champions. There's no spittoon here usually, so I've been drinking this. Okay, so that's how you can tell the velvety texture and more fruit or less fruit?
Less fruit.
Less fruit.
Yeah. When the Amarone is a very good Amarone, you can leave in the glass and it changes completely the flavor. And then probably you start smelling a cherry, ripe cherry. And after some hour, you can smell coffee, torrefaction, and figs, and a little note of bitter orange,
Okay.
like chinotto.
Yes, chinotto.
Chinotto. The color is the same than you can find in the style in the Valpolicella basic one, because it's deep but is light in the same time.
Wine to Wine Business Forum. Everything you need to get ahead in the world of wine. Supersize your business network. Share business ideas with the biggest voices in the industry. Join us in Verona on November 13 to 14, 2023. Tickets available now at winetowine.net.
Okay. So, Giovanni, as you go forward, right, the 2019 vintage, how is it different from the 2018?
It's better than the first one.
So just throw this
Yeah,
out?
because it's the second song. So, no, because when you discover a new state, you want discovery year after year, you must discover year after year how the vineyards can give you. And the potentiality, the particularity. And so this is the first one, but I taste the new one, vintage, 2019. There is more elegance, there is more fruit. Is the second step to improve, to make a very best Amarone.
What is your philosophy in just very general terms? Like, what is your philosophy in terms of the vineyard management and winemaking here at Costa Arènte?
To respect the territory and to understand what the territory can give us, and looking the past, but thinking the future, what the modern consumer wants, and what we can give to the consumer.
Okay. I would say, technically speaking, we are done. But I suppose what I would like to ask you is, what are the biggest challenges that you face as a winemaker at Costa Arènte?
It's a good question. The bigger challenge is to continue to produce quality wine, because we have a bigger challenge is global warming. And every vintage is really difficult to understand, to interpret it. We want to improve the quality of our wines, respecting the nature. We have a very big biodiversity in the state. So the bigger part of the state is the wood. We have animal everywhere. To produce the product in modern style, but looking in the past.
Listen, Giovanni, are your vineyards organic, or are you going
Not
towards
yet.
organic?
Not yet.
Is that your
Not yet.
objective?
Yeah, in the future, yeah. And but we are.
Well, you've just started, right?
Yeah, but we are not certified. But we are monitoring the biodiversity with the different project. We use the system technology like DSS, Decision Support System, to reduce pesticide, using the pesticide in the vineyards. We are monitoring the biodiversity with the Trees project. We are looking for the sustainability about the solar energy, because we are, the frutaio is catch the big energy.
So you have solar panels?
Yeah,
above?
solar panels.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of autonomy do you have? Do you have like 10%, 20% autonomy from the solar panels?
Oh, total. During the summer, total, yes, because
Okay.
we have 150 kilowatt
Okay.
of energy.
From the solar
power.
panels?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. What about the peronospora, downy mildew? Was that a problem this year? Because everyone is talking about the damage that downy mildew has caused in the vineyards.
The peronospora in these vintages, it was a very big problem. But so we are lucky in Costa because there is a good climate, big ventilation, and our system train pergola protect the grapes from humidity. Because with the pergola, the grapes stay at 1.5 meters above the grass, and in particularly during the harvest, there is no problem about botrytis. It's not we had peronospora in some vineyards, but probably it will be a problem for next year, because there is a big pressure about this disease, and we have a think how to manage in next year.
And what about this year's harvest? When did you start and when are you planning to finish the harvest time?
We start at the first week of September with the Molinara for the sparkling wine. In the second half of September with the selection of the best grapes to dry for Amarone. And probably we start in the first week of October with the harvest about Valpolicella Superiore.
Okay. And then one last question before we go. No white wine in the future?
Not white wine, but a new wine from Corvina, classic method.
Oh, okay.
And rosé.
So traditional method.
36 months of aging. And
have you started this process already?
We already started.
So when
the vintage is 2021.
Right. When will we get a chance to taste the first vintage
in
traditional method?
The next Vinitaly, not the next one, but
not 24, the one after. Okay,
25.
So we don't have any sparkling wines to do chin chin, but we certainly have an Amarone.
Okay.
So that's a wrap. Chin Chin with Italian Wine People, and that was Giovanni Casati from Costa Arènte. Ciao ragazzi.
Enjoy.
Alla prossima.
Thank you for joining us on another installment of On the Road Edition, hosted by Stevie Kim. Join her again next week for more interesting content in the Italian wine scene. You can also find us at ItalianWinePodcast.com or wherever you get your pods. You can also check out our YouTube channel, Mama Jumbo Shrimp, to watch these interviews and the footage captured of each location. Chin chin!